Itu. Awak.
1, 2, 3. Okay, let's begin.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Thank you for making your time to attend this meeting today. So, first of all, I want to give a warm welcome for all of you guys, our committee members, Mr. Aiman, Mr. Shukri, Miss Afika, and also Miss Arifah. So before we proceed to our discussion, let's do the confirmation of our last meeting minutes, shall we? Okay. You all can refer to our last meeting minutes. So I will start. The title of our last meeting minutes is the minutes of the first committee meeting of Project Alpha, date at 27 June in 2020. The venue is at Google Meet. The time is at 9 p.m. until 12 p.m. Everyone noted that? So we proceed to our first item in the minutes. Item 1.0, greeting and opening. The meeting was called to order at 9 a.m. by the chairman, Mr. Fikri Firman. He thanked everyone for making the time on such short notice. Is there any amendment for this item?
I think there is no amendment for this item.
Okay, let's proceed to the second item, which is briefing on Project Alpha. The chairman briefed the committee on the latest investment to be made by Surya Holdings Sdn Bhd, which was Project Alpha. Project Alpha is aimed at meeting the educational and entertainment needs of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. The committee was informed that the approximate cost for the project was 150 million ringgit Malaysia. Guys, if you have any amendment for this item?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. I
Yes.
think there is a slightly mistake at the approximate cost for the project. The approximate cost for the project is not 150 million, it's 250 million.
Okay, I noted that. Is that all?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. I think there is a mistake. The minutes, which is it said that Gen Z and Gen Alpha, but it should be Gen Y, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha. That's it.
Okay, noted. So we proceed to the third item of the minutes, which is report on 3 potential sites for Project Alpha. The first item, 3.1, Ms. Fatin reported on 3 potential sites for Project Alpha. The first site with the potential to be developed and turned into Project Alpha was a forest reserve named Bukit Belacan in Ampang, Selangor. It is located about 15 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur and accessible by car. It is currently closed to the public for total refurbishment. Next is 3.2. The second site was an empty warehouse in Pasir Gudang, Johor. The empty warehouse is about 5,600 meters square. It's only 18 kilometers from Singapore, 32 kilometers from Johor Bahru, and 41 kilometers from Skudai, Johor. The warehouse was used to store heavy farming machinery in the past. Next, 3.3, the third site was Green Hilly Land in Bukit Kor, Terengganu. Bukit Kor is a combination of hills and flat green land with adventurous curves and turns. It is located in Marang and about 200 kilometers from Kuala Terengganu. And 3.4, all 3 sites are underdeveloped yet possess unique attractive features that could attract crowds. So for the last item in this chapter is 3.5. Mrs. Julie Lee suggested that the committee be given 2 days to visit each site in order to experience the ambience of the place firsthand. So any of you, if got any amendment, please state it.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. I think
Yes.
there is a slightly mistake at item 3.2. which the spelling mistake for Pasir Gudang. In the item it state Pasir Gadong, which the correct spelling is Pasir Gudang.
Okay. Next.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
The location from Malang to Kuala Terengganu is about 20 kilometer, not 200 kilometer.
Okay, noted. Shall we proceed to the next chapter? Okay, next chapter 4.0 suggestion for projects. 4.1 the committee was informed that Soria Holding is aiming for an educational cum business venture for which the proposed site could be a place where global technology meets nature in a dynamic symbiosis. 4.2 Mr. Benjamin proposed that the committee be given 2 months to research the three sites and their potential so that a viable business cum educational project could be put forth. This suggestion was seconded by Mr. Al-Fatih Al-Hakim, but the time frame agreed by all members was reduced to 4 weeks. Mr. Ramanandan suggested that each committee member bring a proposal of the project with approximate cost and relevant supporting document for the next meeting. And lastly, for this chapter is the committee agreed that the environmental impact assessment for each project be obtained and presented in the next meeting. So, is there any amendment?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. In item 4.1, there is a spelling mistake as well. Is Surya Holding, which the correct spelling is Surya Holding.
Okay, noted. Is there any amendment to be made?
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. There is also a slight mistake on the story, which is at point 4.1 and point 4.2, which is the account need to change to communication.
Okay. So we shall proceed into our last chapter, 5.0, any other business. 5.1, Mr. Fikri Firman suggested that another staff member be put in his place as he has been assigned to head the Lang Tengah project. So, is there any mistakes on this chapter to be amended?
I think there is no mistake to be amended.
So that's all from the confirmation. That's all from our last meeting minutes. I propose this minute to be confirmed.
I second the motion.
Okay. So we move to our next agenda of our meeting, which is the presentation of the proposal of the project made by all of you. Okay. For the first presenter, Mr. Aiman, please start your presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I propose that empty old warehouse in Pasir Gudang, Johor, to be the selection site for National Study Lunch, which the purpose of it to provide a conducive study for consumer such as which is a student, and also the cost of the project is around 24 million, including the furniture, decoration, and also the cleaning of the warehouse process. The location as well is located in Pasir Gudang, which near to the capital of Johor, which is Johor Bahru, that can attract more consumer to come for have a good experience, have a conducive experience for study. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, is there any argument to be made in this project presented by Mr. Aiman Nur Afika? Miss Afika?
I totally agree with this project. This is the best project for students.
Okay, Mr. Shukri, how about you?
Okay, for me, I am totally disagree with this proposal. This is because the cost for this project is very small to develop a study lounge for students that can attract the Gen Z to have a very comfy to study experience for the student.
Okay, good point. Miss Arifa, what about you?
I think it is a brilliant idea, so I totally agree with this project.
Okay, good. So we proceed to our next presentation from Miss Afika, please.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to propose my project, which is my project name is about Malaysia History Gallery. This project will be held at the MK Old Warehouse, Pasir Gudang, Johor. And then for the cost, it will be needed for 20 million ringgit for cleaning, decoration, utility, and the most important thing is about a replica of history. For the purpose of this project is to expose to students, especially Gen Z, Gen Y, and Gen Alpha about the history of work that has been event in this work. Next, with the opening of this place, it also will help them to understand their history lesson more than at the school by watching the gallery replica in a real life.
Okay, Mr. Aiman, what is on your mind from this project?
I have to completely agree with the project, which it is a really good exposure for especially the Gen Z and Gen Alpha that needs to understand the world history by attending at the gallery more by referring to the replica structure, and also it is other one of other innovative idea that can make sure that other generation will not forget the world history, which is this is such a good idea and a brilliant idea.
Okay, good. Mr. Shukri, how about you?
Okay, for me, I am completely in favor of this project because this is a project about Malaysia history, which is good to exposure to the Gen Z.
Okay, Miss Arifa.
For me, I am agree with this project because I think it is a good idea to expose the current generation to this historical thing. Besides, the venue was also quite suitable for this project.
Okay, good. Shall we proceed to the next presentation? Okay, for the next presentation is presented by Mr. Shukri. Please.
Okay, I will present about project which is Nature Recreational Park, which located in Bukit Belacan Forest Reserve, Selangor. Okay, for this project, the costing for the installing the recreation section such as flying fox, sky tracks, and kayak is less than a 1 million. So the purpose of this project is to provide and exposure the Gen Z about the nature environment in Malaysia that still exists. At the same time, to exposure them with recreational activities. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Aiman, do you have any words for this?
I'm so sorry, I'm not the same way with you, Mr. Shukrila. I'm completely disagree with the kind of a project which Bukit Belacan Forest is one type of water catchment area that help to avoid landslide or other natural disaster. So it is not a sweet idea to do the recreational park which can harms the consumer that when they enter the park is not it's hazardous. is not safe for the consumer to use the recreation park.
Okay, good point. Miss Afika.
Okay, I'm same with Mr. Aiman. So I disagree also for this project. It is because during this pandemic situation, uh, recreation activities are also still not allowed. So I think there are not many people to come to this recreation park. So I strongly disagree for this project.
Okay, Miss Arifa, what about you?
I am sorry, but I disagree with this project because I think that by choosing this place for this project, it might disturb the nature that has been already preserved with the construction work from this project.
Okay, so we proceed to the last project presentation proposed by Miss Arifa.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So I will present my project, which is Recreational Bootcamp Academy, which the suggested place choose was is in hilly landscape at Bukit Ko, Terengganu, with an area of 2 hectares, and the cost of the bootcamp academic is about 12 million, which is the cost of the hotel construction and electronic supply. And also the purpose of this project is to give a nature environment for Gen Z to study while enjoying the therapeutic time throughout the bootcamp performance. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Aiman, what do you say
Uh,
about this?
okay. First to first, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm completely disagree with the kind of idea, which the at the landscape of Bukit Core is the type of open land, which is used to do a plantation for farmer. It's not a good idea to build a school or hostel is can the construction instead will affect the plantation, which is not really suitable. That's all.
Miss Arika, any words?
Okay, for me, I also completely disagree for this project.
Mm-hmm.
For me, the landscape are not the best situation for this project. It will cost more than more needed, more than needed. So I disagree for this project.
Okay, Mr. Shukri, what do you think about the proposal?
I am afraid I can't accept the idea. The reason is this project needed a lot of budget to do the construction because the location is too far away in the forest.
Okay, good point. So that's all for the project proposal presentation. Shall we proceed to our next agenda, which is voting for the project? So, yeah. Okay, for the first project proposed by Mr. Aiman, which is National Study Launch. Miss Afrika, do you say yes or no?
It's yes for me. I completely disagree for this project.
Okay, Mr. Shukri.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Aiman, but for me is no.
Okay, Miss Harifa, how about you?
I would say yes because I like the idea for this project.
Okay, it's 2 versus 1. Next, the Malaysia History Gallery by Miss Afrika. Mr. Aiman, do you have a yes or no?
My vote is for yes. For sure, it's a good innovation for students to understand our history more. which is I'm totally agree, and my answer is yes.
Okay, Mr. Shuk, how about you?
For me, I would like to say yes for this project because that was an interesting idea.
Okay, Miss Arifa?
I second the motion because it is a very good idea.
Okay, that's a full vote from all of you. Next, the Nature Recreation Park by Mr. Shukri. Mr. Aiman?
I'm sorry, but my answer is will be my vote is no. Is not suitable for a consumer to use due to the hazardous.
Okay. Miss Afika, how about you?
It's same for me, and I also completely disagree for this. It's no for me.
Okay. Miss Arifa?
I'm sorry, but I also said no for this project too.
Okay. There is three no's from for this proposal. So for the last proposal proposed by by Miss Arifa, which is the recreational boot camp and academic, Mr. Aiman, what do you say about this?
I'm so sorry. Due to the plant station destroyed, I need to be. My word is no.
Okay, Miss Afika.
I'm sorry, Miss Rifa, but it's no for me.
Okay, lastly, from Mr. Shukri, how about you?
Okay, for me, I will vote no for this project.
Okay, that's a complete no from all of you. So, from this voting process, I can conclude that project Malaysia History Gallery by Miss Afika uh, is chosen for our project to be made in the future. So, I have decided that the Malaysia History Gallery will be proceed. So, um, I I will go to our next agenda. I suggest that we go around the table to see
Yeah, I suggest
any.
that we just go with the round table.
Okay. Is there any other business to discuss? Start from you, Mr. Aiman.
I think the date of the project of Malaysian History Gallery that conducted by Miss Nur Afika, the date need to be declared.
Okay.
And congratulations to Miss Nur Afika.
Okay. That will be in this notice. Miss Afika, do you have any words?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for choosing my project, and I also thank you for. I would also thanks for my for the other committee member for choosing my project. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Shukri, is there anything else you want to add?
Okay, for me, nothing much for me because there was a great project to do. So good luck to Miss Africa that will conduct for this project.
Okay, lastly from Miss Arifa, do you have anything to add?
So for me, I would like to congratulate Ms. Afika and also good luck for your project. And I would also like to say thank you because you all give me an opportunity to present. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, with the decision have been made, so let's bring this meeting to a close for today. Um, I declare the meeting is closed. Thank you guys for attending this meeting. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.